It's entirely too fucking early. And it's cold. But I figured I would go ahead and bring you a quick little video blog. So, there she is, y'all. What do you think? I still don't have a name for her yet. My sunglasses are inside the car, which is why I'm blinking like a newborn baby, because the sun is bright. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys the new whip and talk about the shopping experience, because it's an interesting one. And y'all know me, I'm extra as shit. So, yeah. So this is a 2010 Ford Edge. We have brand new fancy ass tires. We have black leather seats on the interior, and I'll show you that. We have a power lift gate. Ooh. Don't mind that random box of stuff. I always keep my Karate Kids lost and found on me, so that if there's any parents that have any questions, they can go ahead and, or I can go ahead and let them know what's going on. So, let's go inside. We've got black leather seats. That's my purse. I'm sorry, it's heavy. We seat 5 comfortably. I've got, the cargo space in the back. We have a beautiful entertainment system. And then when I put my key in the ignition, I already know YouTube's going to be like, we detect that your video is shaky. Do you want us to go ahead and stabilize it for you? No, you're going to see the shakiness, goddammit. Anyways, what else? So, when I put my key in the ignition, it has seat memory. So it actually scoots me up to my seat settings as I originally had them. Mr. Lewis's window. For some reason, it continues to play my Google Play music in the background. I don't know how to turn that off just yet, unfortunately. We've got Sirius radio. So there's the music playing in the background. That's actually kind of cool, considering that I'm recording this at the same time. So it also has a DVD player in here too. My son likes to watch Super Mario while we're at the bus stop. And we also have seat warmers. So we're fancy as shit. We also have up here the sunroof and apparently the moonroof. I don't know what the difference is between the sunroof and the moonroof. I tried to call myself fancy trying to explain it to my dad when we went out for his birthday dinner, but I really couldn't. And it's cold, so I'm not going to actually open up the sunroof. But, yeah, so that's most of the bells and whistles. And I am going to start the engine, warm up, and, yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn the music down because I don't need them damn copyright claims. So, I know some of you are thinking, dang, Diane, you got a car pretty quick, actually. I had to. And that is because when you have a total loss vehicle in the state of Missouri, you are in, if you have rental reimbursement coverage on your insurance policy, they will go ahead and they'll grant you a rental, but it is not for the duration of you actually trying to effectively search for and procure a new vehicle. My insurance policy actually had a maximum of $30 per day for no more than a total of $900, which is about a month roughly. But because my vehicle was a total loss, the settlement was already made. Geico's like, hey, fam, so we're gonna cut you this check and then we're done. We'll get you the new policy whenever you get the new vehicle. But no, we're done, like for real. And so I was only entitled to the rental for 5 days. So I need some chapstick. This seat warmer is goddamn amazing. All right. So, I work for a financial institution. I work for a financial institution, so I finance cars on a regular basis anyways. I'm familiar with what can improve and what can hinder your credit. I'm familiar with the NADA value, but Kelly Blue Book value as well too. Loan to value terms, what it is that the credit union will finance, what it is that most other financial institutions will finance. Cash cars, I have all of that in here, fam. I do. Okay. But unfortunately, there's already a predetermined stigma that if a female is going car shopping by herself, it's, the stigma is that females don't know what it is that they're talking about. They lack knowledge of the industry, of how a vehicle works, how most of the financing works. Car dealers typically will go ahead and try to take advantage of them or just straight up ignore them. And a lot of that happened. I'm not even going to lie. But I wanted it to happen because I have all of this knowledge of how it is that car sales work, how it is that financing work, what the actual worth of a vehicle is. Just because it says the manufacturer's suggested retail price does not mean that that's all as well as ends well, because the dealer's going to go ahead and get their profit and their commission no matter what. That's why there's 200 to 250 cars on the lot all day, every day. They're going to sell that shit eventually. And they're going to try to, in most circumstances, because I can't say that not every single dealer is like this, but in most circumstances, for we individual females who are car shopping on our own, that they're going to go ahead and try to run us for the okie doke. I wanted them to. So I wore my pajamas. I ain't gonna lie. I wore my pajamas. Now, not the same pajamas that I slept in, though I will never tell you when those days happen. But I had a meeting that morning, so I literally woke up, changed out of the pajamas I slept in, changed into some onesie pajamas and some Ugg boots, kept it moving. Right. So the first dealership is not necessarily, I wouldn't consider it a full-fledged dealership because it was Enterprise Car Sales, and my job has a direct relationship with Enterprise. And so considering that I see some of those gentlemen on a regular basis anyways, I knew good and well that they were going to give me a fair price, no bullshit. So we're not going to even talk about them. They the homies. Okay, cool. So I went to a Chevy dealership, one here in Kansas City that owns quite a few different dealership lots, and I walked in and literally 3 men walked past me, and I'm fine with that, because like I said, I knew that some foul shit could happen, but I also wanted to be in my pajamas just to appear even crazier and more susceptible than I actually am. So here I am in bright pink ass onesie pajamas and a winter coat, standing in the middle of the goddamn lobby, and nobody's saying a goddamn thing to me. So then this cute fluffy girl comes over. She's like, has anyone taken care of you yet? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And she was nice and everything like that, but I couldn't trust her. And the only reason why, my primary reason for not trusting her is because she was low-key ratchet. And there's a song that was playing on the radio, because we went ahead and drove from their lot to another one of their sister lots to look at the vehicle that I was interested in. But the song that she was playing on the radio, and I never can do this right in the car. The song that was playing on the radio was one that was real hood. Ain't no telling what I'm finna be on. Whatever that song is, I don't know who that is. But she sang along just a little bit too damn well to that song. And she didn't look like she should know anything about that song, in my honest opinion. Maybe that's a predetermined statement that I'm making about her, and I'm sorry. But like, I know I'm extra, but also I calm down some of that extraness at work when it comes to your loan and the potential of you buying a car. I'm not going to be that extra until we're celebrating. You got a check in hand, and I'm telling you how about want you to go ahead, roll up, or take them selfies with you with your hand on the whip like, hey! That's when I'm extra. But when it comes to actually talking numbers, nah, fam. So she takes me to go look at this Ford Explorer, and I had already peeped this Ford Explorer I had already peeped this Ford Explorer earlier on in the week because of the fact that it was priced perfectly for what it is that I was pre-approved for, so I wouldn't have to come out of pocket too much. Like, I literally kept this open on a tab on my laptop for 4 days. And finally I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead, close out of it. But I shouldn't have, because the second I got there, that's when they took the shit off of Auto Trader. And so I looked at it, and there were like maybe 3 or 4 things that was wrong with it. It kept saying that it needed an oil change, the brakes felt funny, and there was something with the interior lights and something with the windshield. So right off top, I was like, I mean, you know, I like it because, you know, previously I had a Ford Explorer. I liked it a lot, but I wasn't too wild about it. But it was definitely a top contender. So we go to sit down and talk about the actual pricing, and then she comes at me with a price that's $2,000 more than what it is that they had it listed for on Auto Trader. But conveniently, the Auto Trader listing was missing. So that's where we had to go ahead and have a discussion. And it pisses me off whenever it comes to car sales, because they're like, okay, all right, well, let me go and see what it is that my manager can do. Your manager's going to do better. They always try to do better. And then what they will do is they will go ahead and try to submit your credit for, if you submit for an application, they don't actually submit it to just one lender. They submit it to a multitude of lenders to see if you will be approved by one of their financial institutions or one of their entities that will do the financing. Be careful if you do that shit, because that counts. Even though you fill out one credit application, it is multiple credit inquiries. And I hate that shit, because as soon as that happens, I'll get to that later. Sorry. So the manager comes out, and he's all, you know, they're all trying to make small talk and everything. Like, oh, so where do you work? Such and such credit union. Oh, okay. And what do you do there? I'm an assistant manager. What does an assistant manager do? I fill the ATMs. I open accounts. Cash checks, do money orders, I help with account maintenance, and I also do loan applications, car loan applications. So when it comes to the pre-approval firms, when it comes to the terms of my pre-approval, the financial institution's only going to go give me 90% loan to value. Therefore, with what it is that you originally had the vehicle priced at, I'd be coming out of pocket. Cell phone calculator, I'd be coming out of pocket this much, and that's just outside of my budget. Because the money that I have reserved, I'm okay with putting down a down payment, but the money that I have reserved is for tax, tags, and title. So I don't know if I'll be able to do this. Oh, okay, well, let's go ahead and do some numbers for you. No, that's fine, but you're not going to be able to beat the interest rate. I mean, I'm saying I don't have A1 credit, but also at the same time, that's the beautiful thing about lending with a credit union, because since they're on a smaller scale and not as big as the other national financial institutions like your U.S. Bank and your Bank of America and everything like that, because they're on a smaller scale, they could do more, such as give you lower interest rates. In addition to that, I'm an employee, so I also get a 0.25% discount too. So fight me if you want to. All right, cool, fine. Move on to the next one. Sinuses. Move on to the next dealership, and there was this little pimply faced boy who I don't know if he was done with puberty or not, but anyway, so I walk in, sit down. Again, they're looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm in my pajamas, and again, I want you to look at me like I'm crazy, because what you fail to realize is that I'm smarter than the average Thundercat. Ha ha. So he shows me this Edge that I'm sitting in. And at first, when I pulled up the NADA value on it, it showed 13,000 for the mileage that it has on here. And I was like, hold up, swell up. Nah, fam, you got this priced at least $1,000 above what the NADA value is that I'm showing. And I showed him my phone and the actual NADA site. Then he pulled it up, was like, well, I'm showing that it's worth 13 this and da 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 da. I'm like, well, at the same time, for what it is that you guys have it priced for, if I'm only approved for 90% loan to value, that means that I would have to come out of pocket almost $2,500, and I'm not about to do that. So, all right, fam. Well, let me go and talk to my manager and see what it is that he can do. And by now, I'm genuinely pissed, because I have been on what we call the Miracle Mile here in Kansas City. I have been on the Miracle Mile at 3 different, this is my 3rd dealership. I hadn't had an actual meal yet. I'm in my goddamn pajamas, but that's my own choice. I'm living off of snacks that are inside of my purse. And here you guys actually showed me a vehicle that you had priced for almost $1,000 more than what I was pulling up the value for. And considering that we lend by the value worth of the vehicle, not necessarily the price, nah, fam. So the manager comes over and I hit him with the best resting bitch face ever. Just, oh, is there something wrong? No. Unless you want to talk about why it is that you're trying to interest me in a vehicle that you have priced over $1,000 more than the NADA value. No, I'm showing that it's worth this much. Here's my NADA value. So he shows me his, and because he actually ran that specific VIN number for the vehicle, and he didn't include some of the bells and whistles like the entertainment system and the leather seats and the sunroof and whatnot, so the worth of the vehicle did go up according to his site. But because I challenged it, they came down on that price. I'm just saying, if you need me to come car shopping with you, say the word. And so we did the test drive, and it's beautiful. It rides smooth. It only had one owner, and they took it to the dealership for each and every, hand is going tingly. They took it to the dealership for every single little thing, whether it's a tune-up, whether it's brakes, whether it's maintenance, whatever, whether it's an oil change. They took it. It was an elderly couple who previously owned it. Like, I don't think anyone ever sat in the back seat, because that's how pristine this is. And it was in immaculate condition. They're actually going to be putting the remote start on for me here in a few days too. And yeah, and it took forever to get the paperwork done, unfortunately, but that's just because the finance manager was working with a previously difficult customer. And then when I got back there and he's telling me about all of the documentation and everything, I'm like, look, I know what this is. I know what this is. Yes, this is the risk-based pricing notice. This is the security loan advance agreement. Yes, this is the warranty agreement. Yes, this is the gap contract. I know all these things, fam. But the cool thing is they actually work with the credit union direct lending program, so that I didn't actually have to go back to my job to finish up the paperwork, though I did have to call, and shout out to Gloria, you the homie. I did have to call because my phone died to get the additional information that they needed. So I was able to finalize all of my paperwork right there at the lot, even though the financing is through my credit union. And Thursday I drove off a lot with this bad baby. And she's beautiful. And my butt is toasty. And I am warm now. So, yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to share my experience. But the main thing is you have to remember, if you are a female and you are car shopping, do your homework. And make sure that you let them know. It's up to you. If you want to let them know up front, look, you can try to run the okie doke on me if you want to, but you're not going to be successful. Or you can go ahead and play them for a fool like I do, and then get what it is that you want in the end. That's on you. Just make sure that you go in informed, you do your homework. I would love to assist with any kind of questions or anything like that if you have any. But yeah, just, you know, females, you deserve equal treatment, the same equal treatment that males do, and you do not have to settle for anybody trying to say otherwise or trying to do otherwise. So, as always, thank you ever so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit your girl up in the comments section. If you are here for my shenanigans, I would love to see you back on my channel. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you're not here for my shenanigans, that's fine. There's an X, but I don't know which corner it is because I'm using the front-facing camera. It's going to flip, but it's somewhere over my shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and point this way. Actually, I'm going to point this way. It might be that way, actually. So, yeah, other than that, you're amazing, beautiful, wonderful, spectacular. And if no one else has told you, I think you're badass. Have a wonderful day.